Today we will talk about the very interesting part of the talent acquisition and management, and that is the principles, 6 principles, principle of the talent management. Now you see that is the whether the management is a science or an art. So it is both. So why it is both? Because the everything which is based on the logic principles, then we say the science, and when you implement the science, implementation or application of science, that becomes a technology, and technology management, right, that is how you are managing that particular knowledge. So it is very important to know that is what these talent management is based on which principles, and those principles we will take care in the form of the keeping in mind the HRM functions. So we will talk about the 6 principles of principle of talent management: alignment with the HR strategies, basically internal consistency. These are the pillars, right. So there is an integration between these strategies and consistency. So if there will be no strategy, what is the strategy? Strategy is the long term planning is there. So when you talk about the business strategy, so corporate level they decide about the corporate level strategies, whether the diversification of the business is the requirement or there should be the expansion of the business, depend on the life cycle of the business life cycle, that is from the embryonic condition to the growth or the maturity or the decline, right. So therefore it will depend on that corporate level strategy for the business. So HR strategy, the talent management strategy, that will also depend on the whatever the internal consistency is there. What is that internal consistency? That we will see further, and the cultural embeddedness is there. Dear friends, it is very much important to learn the culture, understand the culture, in spite of to change the culture, right. The many people they claim that is we have changed the culture. Culture changing is not right, rather than that culture means long time practices, they are existing, but definitely there will be certain practices with the period of time that is required to be amended, not replacement, not removal, you want to amend them, and therefore in that case it becomes very important that is called the culture embeddedness. You absorb that culture, and in every culture there might be certain practices, right, which you want to improve. So improve that, but without understanding the culture, following the culture, right, you can the thinking is that I will replace the culture, that has not been appreciated by the literature. So what are the 6 principles of talent management is there that we will discuss. Here you will find that is the talent management wheel is there, and in the talent management wheel it divides the important elements of talent management into 2: talent management practices, that is shown in the outer ring. You will find in this outer ring is there, and in this outer ring this one. So these are the talent management practices, right, and the guiding principles. So guiding principles are these are the guiding principles, and when you are the 6 guiding principles apply equally to each of the individual talent management practices are there. So these are the practices, these are the guiding principles, and then it is a wheel, right. Wheel means that is that has been integrated like you see this is this one. Right. So therefore this integration is very important. If you are having the integration, then definitely in that case you will find that is you are able to make this particular application of the principles of talent management. So first we will see that what are those practices. So HR functions, ASTD model, right. In ASTD model what we do in the HRM, we talk about the recruitment, If you remember that HR ASTD model I have discussed in the other platforms also, that is the when you are talking about the recruitment, selection, training and development, job performance, promotions and transfers, then compensation and reward, performance appraisal is there, then there is the industrial relations which you are talking about, and then the personal research is there. So, this will is the here the major functions have been taken, like the recruitment and selection is taken, development and training is taken, performance appraisal is taken, compensation is rewards is taken. So, these are the parts of the ASTD model HRM, right. So, these 6 principles of effective global talent management, they are based on the certain functions. However, you will find there is a retention also and there is a talent review also. So, these are the practices, intentions are there, intentions to retention, intentions of the review. However, this talent review, that is also is taken into consideration by the potential appraisal. Because when you do the potential appraisal, then you are also going through the talent review, and when you are going through this talent review, you are able to connect that. So, here we will find that is the all these functions which are going to be the consideration into this particular part. These are the basically becoming on the functions of the HRM, and these functions of the HRM, they are becoming about the how you are going for the performance management. Now, performance management, retention, that is the employee retentions, how to retain the employees, compensation and rewards, that we talk always about, that is the employees those who are working. So, why they are working? They are working for their getting the return on their the intellectual investment. Physical investment is also of course there, but in the when you talk about the work from home, right. So, there also physical investment is there, but basically more important is that is the intellectual investment. So, that is that for that you are getting the compensation and reward. Then the talent review is done. Now, there can be a question, can the talent be obsolete? Yes, with the period of time, with the change of time, the talent can be obsolete. And then what to do? So, I always talk about IQ plus EQ plus SQ, emotional quotients and spiritual quotients, that will be always remain with you, but the intelligent quotient, right, that may be not that much applicable with the period of time is there. So, that can be developed. Nowadays, it is also possible. And recruitment and selection, what is your manpower planning and how do you recruit to them, and the development and training and development is there. So, first I would like to take that is a recruitment and selection. Now, you know what is a talent, and I have already explained in my previous sessions that talent is the identifying the solutions to the problems. There is a potential to have the vision, visualize that what is going to be there. So, when you are talking about the business portfolio or the TOS matrix, right, that is about the market share and the growth of the product, that is called the business portfolio matrix is there. So, in that case it becomes very important that we consider these alignment with the strategy, what is the strategy is there, and the strategy will be manpower planning, and in manpower planning identification of talent. So, there will be the job description, right, job description, and with the job description there will be the job specification. What is the job description? What to do. What is the job specification? Minimum qualification, right. So, therefore, in that case it becomes very important, that is the you are considering that what has become the important for this purpose of this particular alignment with the strategy is there. Now, what type of the strategy can be there? Strategy can be the technological strategies. What is the technology strategies? I would like to take the example of the banking industries. Nowadays, the banking industry is where? Banking industry is the mobile banking. And if the mobile banking is the strategy, you have to align the manpower accordingly. It is not the question of only the number of manpower, it is the question of tech savvy manpower. Technology savvy manpower is very important is there. So, if your long term strategy is to do the technology based, that is a core competency of your organization. So, your recruitment and selection, that has to be matched with the alignment with the strategies there. So, what type of the talent you will see? You will see the talent which is the technically qualified. Second part in recruitment and selection is, that is the cultural embeddedness. This is very important according to me. Literature also supports, the point is already there, but according to me it is a just a question of fitness, dear friends. It is not the question of just talent. Talented people are there, but they are not growing. They are not giving the results. They are helpless many times. And then it is surprise, that is that employee was talented employees, but he is not delivering. So, what is mismatching? That is the culture. Every individual is having a personality which is imbibed by the heredity, environment and situation. Please understand. So, when we talk about the heredity, that is fine, but when we talk about the environment, and in given environment your knowledge, attitude, skills and habit, cache model, right, that is applicable, and that is the integrated with the culture. Your knowledge, your attitude, your skills and your habits, right, they are the dimensions of the cultural embeddedness, and therefore, in that case the talent in the talent management review, it becomes very important, that is the cultural embeddedness has to be there. If you are matching with that culture, then there is no problem. So, therefore, sometimes you will find that is the low talented people are growing high in the organization. Somebody will say, how this is happening, that is the low talented people are growing high and the high talented people are growing less. So, then you can say that it is not the only talent which will be responsible, dear friends. It will be the organizational culture and the match of the talent, and when then the practices. Now you see these are the practices, and practices with the principle of the cultural embeddedness. Now, in the cultural embeddedness and recruitment selection is done perfectly. If your HR team is strong, ये हमारे यहाँ काम कर पाएगा या नहीं कर पाएगा, because the interview is the one aspect, but it is a very short term, right. So, you cannot judge a person on the basis of the short term qualities, judging them short term short period interaction, you cannot judge the person rightly, right. And therefore, now even our Prime Minister has said, that is the, please see, that is the interview is not becoming the shortcut, we have to see there are the other methods also. For example, interaction with the clients, interaction with the stakeholders, it has become very common. So, even in the academic institutes, they ask you to interact with others, and their opinion will be also taken consideration. So, when the other people interact with you, they come to know whether you will be able to perform or you will not be able to perform. So, that is a cultural embeddedness is there. Along with this cultural embeddedness and recruitment selection is there, and then but you already selected person. If you have recruited that person, then the next practice, that is the cultural competency development practice, that is the development and training, another practice. So, that another practice is to be aligned with the recruitment. If the recruitment is done and you are having the strong training calendar, development of skills, and how training and development, not by coercion कि ये नहीं करेंगे तो इंक्रीमेंट नहीं मिलेगा, ये तुम ये नहीं कर पाओगे या तुम ये नहीं डेवलप करोगे तो फिर तुम्हें निकाल दिया जाएगा. नो 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 कोहर्शन. It is very very important. That is the you are supposed to do all these learnings so that you can perform better, you can grow in this organization and you will be happy. A happy employee, he will contribute more. So, to facilitate him, because you, with the period of time you are increasing the responsibilities, maybe through promotions or may not be through promotion, but responsibilities are increasing, new skills are introducing, then what to do? So, you have to train the manpower, right, and if you train the manpower, and then you will find. Recently I have conducted one training program for a PSU, that is the reverse mentoring. So, reverse mentoring means these senior top level executives, they are learning from the middle level executives or the junior frontline executives, because they are more smart into the technology, they are more smart into the software's use of software, right. So, even in the academics you will find that is the young people, they are much faster in data analysis. However, the interpretation of the data, that will be, for that the support will be required from the supervisor, but the candidate may be the faster and smarter in case of these use of the technology, right, but in analysis of data results, because you have to just put the data, you have to get the results. So, therefore, in that case that will be there. So, what is required? Develop them, train them. And training is not only for the crisis. Many organizations, they have tried in 2008, 2009. In 2008, 2009, when there was economic recession, the many organizations, they have tried this type of these training and development programs, but it is a internal consistency. Principle is that whatever the it is a culture building. Whatever the training and developments are there, the programs will change, training programs will change, but practices of conducting the training and train the employees, that will not change. So, internal principle will be remain internally consistent. What is the consistency? Consistency is to promote the talent, that will be there. So, therefore, training and development will be there with the help of the internal consistency, but the type of the training programs, that may change. So, in the beginning it is a job skills type of training is there, later on you see the leadership type of training is there, then later on you see that is the corporate level training is there. So, as the period passes, the level of the training and type of the training, that keeps on changing, and therefore, there is an internal consistency is there. Now, here I would like to take the example of I have taken the example of reverse mentoring, I will also take the example of mentoring. Now, in mentoring, what happens, that a CEO level person is appointed as a mentor, and CEO does not have time to meet this new batch, or it will meet for a short period of time, and the interaction will be more strategic, but not action oriented, because then he will say just that is what you are supposed to do, what is expected from you, but the action oriented training will be done by the middle management to whom they are reporting. So, therefore, management involvement is very very important, and this involvement, when more and more involvement is there, the performance will increase. So, therefore, there is a performance management practice is there for the involvement. To develop that culture of the involvement, the performance management practices are to be introduced. Similarly, the another nowadays I will take this separate session also on this, that is the employee branding. After this I will talk about the employee branding, that is how employee branding is done. So, employee branding to differentiate, then the differentiation. So, how do you differentiate? So, I will like to take the example of washing machines. So, earlier washing machines were top loaded simple then automatic washing machines, but they were not fully automatic washing machines. So, then in the time period changes and they have become fully automatic washing machine. Then they say not only the top loading washing machines, but the front side loading washing machines are better, a centrifugal force and that is there. And as a result of which then the front line washing machines have been introduced, and then that has become the this is becoming. And nowadays you are talking about the washing machines with the heaters, so that is the hot water. So, therefore, in that case that is the branding which you are creating for your product, physical product. Similarly, you have to create the branding as a best employer. So, what you do? So, you say that is we are having the very friendly culture, we are having the mentoring process, we are having the guidance and support and leaves and rewards and all these things, and then we are then nowadays you talk about we are having the gym also and breakfast also, and then all the facilities and the employees can work from home, need not to come, and there are the crashes also. Crashes are also compulsory, it was compulsory in the Factories Act 1948, but that is nowadays that has become a major trend. That is the yes, you can keep your babies and you can work here. In some organization USA you will find there the pet animals you can keep there, right. So, therefore, employee branding is what it is not the good work good place to work, it is a great place to work. So, they are highly concerned, employees are highly concerned by freedom, flexibility, understanding, cooperativeness, team building, stress management, conflict management. So, every practice is supporting to the employee so that he can give his best, because you have selected a talent, and if you have selected the talent, then it is your responsibility, the talent should be able to perform. So, therefore, employee branding to differentiation, that is becoming very important, and it is the retention is there. Then there are the compensation and rewards, right. So, everything nowadays we talk about the variable pay. So, in variable pay that is a performance based pay. So, even the inexperienced employee can earn more than the experienced employee. Then you will say, sir, will not be there be conflict? No, the fixed pay for the fixed permanent employees or the senior employee is much higher as compared to younger employees. Then how younger employees is dominating the pay of the senior employee? By performance. So, that is the variable pay is there, and there is a concept ESOP, employees share on profit, and if employee share on profit is increasing, so one day will come that is the senior salary earnings, not salary, earnings will be less as compared to the junior, because junior's earning is much more on the based of the variable pay is based on performance, and therefore he is earning more, sometimes he is earning more, sometimes senior employee is earning more. So, therefore, these employee branding differentiation, how do you differentiate, right. So, more you show the concern to the employees, more you will be able to retain them. So, therefore, this retention is possible only through the practices by the organizations, and then this will be the retention practices that will come through the employee branding. Now, here we will find that is what type of the compensation and rewards are there, that is balancing the global and local needs. And here it becomes very important, employee involvement, which we have said, management involvement, employee engagement, psychological ownerships, and the organizational citizenship behavior, all these concepts that you will find, that is through the compensation and rewards, that will be done wonderful. It is not dear friends always the monetary rewards, there are the non monetary rewards also. When there are the non monetary rewards, and the appreciation, recognition, leadership the one gets, then definitely it motivates the self motivation, intrinsic motivation. Employee is not motivated because of the salaries and all perks and all, because they are temporary, while the employee is more motivated because of the self satisfaction, exposure to self, learning opportunities to self, because nowadays generation is very smart. They know whether they are able to get the development or not. If they are getting the development, they will continue with the organization, and therefore that balancing the global and local needs are there. What are the needs? And normally there are the technical skills needs, and if the technical skill needs are there, then the employee is able to perform. So here we see that is the guiding principles are internal consistency, management involvement, employee branding through the differentiation, what practices you are giving, what the Google is giving, right, what the Tata is giving. Accordingly you will find that is the what work environment, what work culture is there, what practices are there, balancing global and local needs are there. So we have to see that is the, if somebody is putting has put on in another country for the job, then his needs are to be also satisfied. That will be different needs there of the financial conditions and all. Then cultural embeddedness principle and the alignment with the strategy. So these are the principles in the inner circle, and in the outer circle, that is the recruitment, selection, development, training, performance management, retention, compensation and talent review. These are the practices are there. Now, under this principle, the core responsibility of the human resource leader is to judge, going by the strategy, what kind of talent to do the organization require. So now how to make the alignment is there. So what type of the people do you require, that you have to see. You want for the long term, you want for the short term. What is the, do you want for a project or you want for a regular? At any point of time, it is given that you need to place the right person at the right job. That is the basic principle of the management is there. Now here a very important note, and that is you need to be flexible with your strategy, since there are many internal and external factors which can compel you to change the way you plan. I always keep on telling you, like you see, there is one question, is the planning is obsolete function? Why such question has come? Why the basic function of the management planning, and somebody is saying it is obsolete, it is not required. इसका प्लानिंग करने का कोई मायने नहीं है, आज क्या है कल नहीं पता, कल क्या होगा परसों नहीं पता. So therefore what is to be done? So there in that case you will find that is there, because why it is so? There are so many internal and external factors. So in the night you think that is okay, I will be design my manpower like this, and next day morning you see that there is a technology development and you have to retrench the manpower, forget about the development. So that this is a very internal and external factors. So when we talk about the TOS matrix, the strength and weaknesses with the opportunity and threats, right, and therefore external and internal. Internal is the strength and opportunity, strength and weaknesses, sorry, and this is the opportunity and threat, and therefore it is the SO, strength and opportunity. This is the ST, strength and the threat. This is the WO, weakness and opportunity, and this is weakness and threat is there. So this is a TOS matrix is there. So in that case you will find that is these internal factors. Internal factors are the employees, external factors are the government rules, regulations, customer demand, customer needs, social changes, economic changes, technological changes. So therefore that this keep on changing. So you have to see the combination. So there are many internal and external factors, these are the factors which can compel you to change the way you plan. So whatever you plan, that may be requiring to be the change. So therefore in that case it becomes very important, that is the how you are going to change, flexibility. You are supposed to be flexible. That have to done so include the GE and Oracle, and therefore you will find these are the companies which are going with these different types of changes. In the internal consistency, to successful you have to consistent with your talent management strategy, which I have already explained. That is what is your talent management strategy is to be there, and talent management strategy is on the basis of those practices, performance management, rewards, recruitment selection, talent review is there. All these are examples, that is the how you are going to be talent management strategy. Going wrong once and then taking things slow would not be a great way of talent retention. So, you will not be able to retain if you are going wrong and then the changing the things very slow. Pay continuous attention to your talent pool. That is exactly, that is the day to day basis you have to understand the developments. Talent management strategies do not work in isolation. So, as we have seen, it will not work into the isolation, it will work with the business strategies. Consistency is crucial. The emphasis is placed on the consistency at companies. Such a base system and IBM can help to illustrate why that is paramount is there, and you will understand that is how these companies they have worked. Third point which I have talked about, the cultural embeddedness is there, and you have to see that you make your strategies, already I have discussed, that is the how that your talent management team design the strategy, so that your employees they are able to carry the core value of the organization, and core value of the organization is the, like for example, team building, working together, cohesiveness, work for the society. So, they are able to continue. And and the new talent coming to the organization in cultural should be very clear what type of the culture and practices the organization is having, and it is a responsibility of the management to see that they are always helping that employees to imbibe those practices. The last slide which I would like to discuss is, many successful companies make deliberate efforts to integrate their stated core values and business principles into talent management processes, such as hiring methods, leadership development programs, right, activities performance management systems, and the compensation and benefits programs are there, which is the outer circle which I have talked about. So, finally, we can take an example of the IKEA, the Sweden based furniture retailer for example, where applicants are selected using tools that focus on the values and culture fit. Another approach to promoting the organization's core values and behavioral standards that can through the secondary socialization and training is there. So, if you want to develop your talent with the help of these 6 principles, make more socialization and the training programs for your employees, and create the employer branding. What is employer branding? That we will see in the next session. Thank you.